Expected gruff criminals in dirty clothes are looking at this and saying it does not feel like GTA. It feels soft. The third complaint is about the Outlaws for Life branding that Rockstar used around some of the Ultimate Edition messaging. People on YouTube and Twitter grabbed that framing and started saying the whole Outlaws for Life angle looks like it was designed by committee, that it is too curated, too branded, too safe. And then the fourth complaint is the oldest one that never went away, that Lucia exists at all, that she is Latina, that she came out of prison in the first trailer, that she appears to be the dominant personality in the duo, and some people are using the Ultimate Edition screenshots as fresh ammunition to recycle every argument they have been making since December 2023.
Right, right. So, I like his perspective on the outrage. He's staying very positive. Usually, when people talk about the situation, they're very negative and talking about how, GTA 6 is going to, be the worst game ever, or it's going to change the whole entire gaming world for the worst, and or the gaming industry for the worst. And usually that's like the attitude they have. But this guy or this AI, I'm gonna go with the assumption that it's an actual person, but it could be AI as well. Is staying very positive. He's pointing out, he's actually putting in some valid points to basically counteract the outrage, counteract the criticism, counteract the negativity. And I like it. That's very refreshing. Again, I'm still staying in the middle. I'm not going to lean either or way just yet because the game has to come out at the time of this recording. However, I like this refreshing take, and I like how he's not coming at the situation from emotion. He's using actual evidence to support his claims. I really do like that. That's very, very refreshing.
Out of prison in the first trailer, that she appears to be the dominant personality in the duo, and some people are using the Ultimate Edition screenshots as fresh ammunition to recycle every argument they have been making since December 2023. That is the full picture of what people are saying right now as of June 28th, 2026. The vintage Vice City pack and why it added fuel. Now here is where the story gets genuinely unhinged, and I say that with full love for this community. The vintage Vice City pack is a free pre-order bonus included with all digital purchases made before November 20th, 2026. What is in it? A 55 Vapid Stanier, which is a classic 50s car straight out of a different era, a shore court garage near Ocean Beach, Vice City-inspired outfits and hairstyles for both Jason and Lucia, and a tropical weapon pattern directly inspired by Tommy Vercetti's iconic look from GTA Vice City. That last detail should have been the thing everyone celebrated. Tommy Vercetti is one of the most beloved characters in the history of this franchise. A weapon skin inspired by him is a direct tribute to the game that defined a generation of GTA players. This should have been a moment of pure nostalgia. But instead, people grabbed those vintage Vice City pack screenshots of Lucia in retro 80s outfits and added them to the pile. They looked at her in the Vice City-inspired looks and said this is proof that even the nostalgia bait is being filtered through an agenda. That even when
Mm,
Rockstar reaches back to honor Vice City, Lucia is the one being pushed forward in the marketing images. Meanwhile, what nobody seemed to want to talk about is that Jason is literally right there in those same screenshots, wearing the same era of outfits, getting the
right.
same
Yeah.
hairstyle options. The pack covers both characters equally. But the framing of the complaints almost entirely erased Jason from the conversation because the outrage needed a single target. That is how this discourse works. Pick one thing, ignore everything that contradicts it, and repeat. The history that makes this conversation exhausting. To be completely fair to the people who are worried, this debate did not start with the Ultimate Edition screenshots. It has been running since the first trailer dropped in December 2023. Lucia is Latina. She is a woman. She comes out of prison at the start of the story. She is one of two main protagonists in a franchise that has had exclusively male leads for over 2 decades. And for a specific section of the community, that combination set off every alarm they had. The comments started immediately. People said the trailer had too diverse a cast for a game set in Miami. They said Lucia
Mm.
being the one leaving jail meant the female character was written to dominate the relationship. They said the Bonnie and Clyde dynamic was manufactured to push an
Wow.
ideology. Then reports came out that Rockstar employees had completed training in areas like unconscious bias and inclusion, and people latched onto that like it was a confession. Creators started making videos saying Rockstar was completely different now, that the writers who made GTA brutal and funny and dangerous were gone, that Dan Houser leaving the company meant the soul of GTA left with him, that what remained was a corporation trying to make a game that offends nobody. Those fears are not completely insane, by the way. We have seen
for sure.
franchises lose their identity before. We have seen studios make games that tried so hard to be inoffensive that they became boring. The Saints Row reboot is the example everyone reaches for, and it is a fair example. That game tried to soften the chaos that made the original Saints Row iconic, and it failed catastrophically. So the fear is real. The specific complaint about the Ultimate Edition screenshots is where it falls apart. What the Ultimate Edition screenshots actually prove. Here is the thing that nobody making these complaints wants to address directly. The Ultimate Edition screenshots show customization options. That is it. They are showing you what your characters can look like if you buy the premium version of the game. Outfits, tattoos, hairstyles, weapon skins, vehicle options. This is
Hmm.
marketing material designed to justify the extra $20 you are spending on the upgrade. Every single
Right.
major
Yeah.
game release does this. Red Dead
Hmm.
Redemption 2's Ultimate Edition had exclusive outfits and weapons. GTA 5's special editions came with bonus content. The existence of fashion-forward character outfits in a premium content pack does not tell you anything about the actual tone of the game. It tells you that Rockstar wants to sell the upgrade by making the characters look cool. And here is the deeper
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
GTA games have always had insane customization. GTA San Andreas had CJ buying clothes from Binco and Prolapse and Suburban. The whole
That
thing
was
where your
great.
gang respect went up based on what you wore was a core mechanic. GTA Online has had thousands of clothing options for over a decade. Character fashion in GTA is not new, it is not soft. It is a feature that has existed in this franchise for more than 20 years. Looking at Jason in a retro blazer and gold chain in an Ultimate Edition screenshot and concluding the game has gone woke is like looking at a menu and concluding the restaurant has no kitchen. You are looking at the packaging, not the product. It's the actual GTA 6 that exists in the trailers. Let me remind you what the actual gameplay trailers showed before people decided the Ultimate Edition outfits were evidence of a cultural conspiracy. Trailer 1 showed Lucia in a criminal lifestyle from the opening seconds, robbery, chaos, the satire of influencer culture and TikTok
Yeah.
America being absolutely eviscerated, cops being
Hmm.
mocked, gun culture being lampooned, extreme patriotism being taken apart scene by scene. That is the GTA formula working exactly as it always has. Not punching at one specific group, but taking the entire broken spectacle of modern American life and dragging it through the mud. Trailer 2 went deeper into everyday Leonida. Jason and Lucia as a criminal couple navigating the same dangerous world that every GTA game has always portrayed. Violence, consequences, humor so dark it makes you uncomfortable. The state of Florida, which in real life barely needs satirizing because reality already did the work, being turned into a playground for every kind of chaos. None of that looks soft, none of that looks sanitized. None of that looked like a game afraid to offend anyone. The game that exists in those trailers is a GTA game. The outfits in the Ultimate Edition screenshots are bonus cosmetics that have nothing to do with the story those trailers were selling. The truth about why this keeps happening. The real reason this debate never dies? Outrage gets clicks. GTA 6 Gone Soft blows up in an hour, but real fans who grew up with Vice City and San Andreas are genuinely scared of franchise identity loss. Those fears are
Hmm.
valid. Using pre-order outfit screenshots as proof? Not valid. Rockstar hasn't made a bad GTA ever. They spent 12 years building
That's
this.
true.
The same studio
That's
behind
true.
RDR2 doesn't forget how to make greatness. Nobody has played GTA 6. That's the only sentence that matters. Every woke complaint, every
Yeah.
screenshot theory, all based on cosmetic pre-order content. Not missions, not story. Outfits. People said GTA 5 would be too safe. Wrong. RDR2 too slow. Wrong. November
Mm.
19th ends every argument permanently. Everyone screaming woke over a retro blazer will be too deep in Leonida to remember what they were mad about.
There it is. There it is.
November 19th ends every
That is a excellent, excellent point. And I'm glad. I'm glad that he's making these points, guys, because we need some hope for GTA 6. Because again, a lot of the news that's flooding the internet at the time of recording is basically saying that the game is going to be it's going to be successful, but it's going to like destroy the legacy of Grand Theft Auto. It's going to be too woke. It's going to be too politically correct. It's not going to be able to. It's not going to be the same Grand Theft Auto. It's going to be Grand Theft Auto light. It's going to be sanitized Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto that was made um, to to be accessed by everyone. People who play Grand Theft Auto, at least the hardcore GTA fans, they see themselves as their own group, their own community, and they base that community on violence and not just necessarily violence, basically the freedom to do whatever you want. And if you want to be violent, you can be violent. If you want to be rude, you could be rude. You want to be disrespectful, you can be disrespectful. But GTA 6, a lot of them are afraid that that era of their favorite game is going to come to an end, and a lot of them they're hoping that GTA isn't as successful just in case this technique that the politically correct members of the GTA team, the development team, um, whatever like technique they're using to, or politics they're using to sanitize the game, they're hoping that it fails. So the next GTA or maybe an update to GTA will bring it back to 2013. That's what they're really hoping for. I know I rambled for a bit, but I was trying my best to say what I wanted to say without being too disrespectful or too rude. Again, at the time of recording, even I, a YouTuber, have to watch what I say. Hopefully, I was able to communicate my point without without going too far. But yeah, a lot of them are really hoping that it fails because of that, and that to me doesn't seem very like a doesn't seem like a good plan to me, because if that happens, it could absolutely destroy everything. Um, GTA, whether we want to or not, is a pioneer. It is the future of gaming. So hoping that it fails may seem like it's the right thing to have hope in, because you're a lot of people, a lot of these hardcore fans have been convinced that it's going to be politically correct and woke. But what they should instead be hoping is that they're able to balance the hardcore or the more explicit aspects of the game that's maintained, while also allowing the game to be fun and what's the word I'm looking for here? It to be fun and accessible to a new crowd. So if you want it to be like 2013 GTA, you can go down that path. But if you want it to be more modern and less aggressive, you can go down another path. What I'm hoping is that the game is so wide and so free, excuse me, in terms of what you can do, that basically no matter who you are playing the game, you can enjoy it completely. You can completely enjoy the game, regardless if you want the violence, regardless if you want the disrespect, regardless if you want the political correctness, or you want it to be as evil and or maybe I should say evil, as honest and realistic as possible, as like as far as what we encounter in the real world. Some people can have the escapism of of having like a purely, I guess, sanitized, you know, world, a purely sanitized, woke world. They can go down that path and avoid the other side of the game where it's very aggressive, very realistic, very disrespectful, very rude, very, very destructive, very just I guess what someone who's woke would consider to be hell. But that's a choice. Other people can go down that path and they can enjoy themselves. And I know it's going to be very hard for Rockstar to do that, because there's only so much time they have left, and there's only so much the development team can do in terms of the plots and the story. But if anyone can do it, Rockstar can do it. So I guess we'll see what happens. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Keep it civil, guys. I know this GTA 6 is a very and this game brings out a lot of passion in people. So I know it's going to encourage certain groups of people to say outlandish things in the comment section, but keep it civil, please. I've been on Ad Clear. You guys have been amazing, and I'll see you guys in the next one.